In this video I'm going to take you on a tour of my edited one bedroom house. So this is one of the pre-made templates that's already available. This is how it looked before, so I'll show you quickly the before just to remind you if you haven't seen this one for a while, and then I'll show you the changes I've made to this. So I thought I'd start this as a new series, recreating these pre-made house templates. I'm allowed to make 3 changes to the rooms. So that means I can change the size of a room, or I can remove the room completely and add a new room. But I can only do this to 3 rooms, otherwise it would just be a completely different house. Let's take a look at the after. But first, if you purchase games through the EA app or EA.com, you can apply my creator code, thegirlwhogames, and I will receive a percentage of the sale value at no extra cost to you. So this is how it looks now. I wanted to keep the shape fairly similar, but I wanted to make use of some of the outside areas as well. The other one just had trees surrounding it. I wanted to make it a bit more interesting, and I added an outside area for seating at the back of the house. I feel like they needed some sort of garden. I also really didn't like the blue exterior walls, so I changed them to a nice classic brick. The aim was to make this more of a modern house, but also keep some of the traditional items in it, so some traditional wooden items such as the carving on the front door. The hallway was the first room that I changed the size of. It was far too big on the previous version, so I've made it much smaller so we can fit more in the other rooms surrounding it. Like with the previous version, there are 3 doors that lead off from the hallway. On the left hand side I've changed it so it's no longer the bedroom, but it's now the living room. I really wanted to use that bay window to give you some feature on the outside of the house. I think it works really well. So we've got the green seating area in the bay window, so I've used that as the colour throughout the living room. We've got a green sofa and a rug in front of the TV, and then we've got a little reading nook in this corner with a nice large bookshelf and another green chair. So where the reading nook is the addition to this room, so I've changed it to make it sort of an L shape. So that's the second room I've changed the shape of. I have not changed the shape of the kitchen at all. The kitchen is still also where it was before, but the entrance is different, so you enter it through the living room, through this large door frame. I wanted to go with the cottage themed counters and oven, and then I went for some nice bright red wall panels to give it a more modern feel. If we go back through to the hall and then straight ahead where the living room was on the previous one, I've made it into the bedroom. So I've used the floral wallpaper in here and the really nice fireplace and the bed for the traditional touches, and then we've got the gold bedside tables and chest of drawers to give it a bit more modern feel. There's also a door that leads out to the patio area outside. There's a place to sit here and a chimenea. On the previous version the outside door was on the kitchen side, but there wasn't a garden space out there, so I thought I'd move it and make use of the extra space. Also the bedroom size has not changed. The last room I did change though was the bathroom. So this is in the same spot as it was on the previous one. I've just made it bigger as it was quite narrow before. In here I wanted to use the traditional bathroom furniture, but I really like these because they have gold piping on the radiator and the sink, which give it a bit more of a modern touch. I'm just going to show you some comparisons between the before and after now. I definitely feel like I've achieved my mission of creating a more modern version of the one bedroom house template. My favourite room is probably the living room. I love that little reading nook in the corner. But I also love those bright red walls in the kitchen. Definitely an improvement to the previous version. I really enjoyed making this house. I will definitely be remodelling more of these pre-made house templates, so make sure you subscribe so you can be the first to see those. Thanks for watching. Bye!